All right. So here's a question that I've gotten before from one of the young men that I mentor, right? He said, Miss Julia, I feel stuck after failing. How do I get my confidence back? That was a good question, right? And I really had to sit down and had some tea with him, right? So basically, I said to him, start with motion, not motivation, right? Confidence does not appear before you act. It doesn't. You have to start and then you get the confidence to continue. Okay? It returns while after you start to act. You have to start the acting first. You have to start moving first. That's the only way you're gonna get confidence in doing something. Right? You can't wait for you to feel confident to actually move. You can't. Because you'll never move. You'll never do anything. Right? So you take a small step, you do one courageous thing, and then you let the progress heal the doubts that the failure actually created. Okay? That's what you do. Right? So, these are things because these are real people with real, and when they try something, when they try things, their heart is really attached to it. Right? Really attached to it. So if anyhow they fail even a little bit, it's like a big thing for them, right? It's a big thing for them because they were so invested in it. But before you invest in something, guys, what I want you guys to know is before you invest in something, make sure that you know that it can fail and what you're going to do if it does fail. How are you going to get back on your feet, right? Because it's going to happen. All right? So, next one. What can people practically do to reframe failure? That's a good question. What can people practically do to reframe failure? I want this fire to be higher. Come on, fire. I know the wood got wet, but work with me here. You know I like you blazing, 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 blazing. So yeah, that's a practical question. What can people do to reframe failure? Well, first of all, what you can do, you write down what worked. Something must have worked, right? Something must have worked. It wasn't all failure. There's something that what you did actually did work and what didn't work. So write down what worked, what didn't work, and what did I learn. Those three things. So put it in your journal. Write it down. Okay? And for our friends on the playback, write it down. Things that you can do to reframe failure, you write down what worked, what didn't work, and what did I learn. Okay? Write it down. Right? And change the language from I failed at blah, blah, blah to I learned X through Y. I learned that I can't do this because of that. Right? That's what you have to do. Okay? So, you have to talk to yourself. Remember, I'm a big advocate for journaling and talking to yourself because these are the things that's going to happen. You can't afford to get stuck or to stop just because you fail a little bit. Who cares? You learn. You see that. I love it. When something don't work the way it's supposed to work for me, I get so curious because I'm like, why didn't it work? What happened here? What screwed it up? Right? That's what I do. That's what I suggest we all do. All right? So now there's an emotional layer when it comes to failure, and I know this, and that's why it's such a great thing for us to be talking about it today because the emotional layer is what trips up most people. Okay? Woo. The emotional layer, that's what trips up most people. I burn out a little bit more. Right? Emotional layer, that's what trips up most people. Alright? Because you know why? Why it is? Because I know that because you are invested in it, it feels personal, right? but you don't let failure define your worth. That's the problem. All right? You remember, the world